Okay, I started the recording. So this structure is good, right? So we have created a structure. We see that it is a JFET. So this is good. So there are a few issues we need to improve. The first thing is about the contact here, right? So we put the contact right at the edge between the P-N junction. There's no problem with that, but it might cause convergence issue because the contact we are putting here is something called ohmic boundary condition. Okay, so ohmic means it will try to set the potential at this point so that the carrier concentration is the same as the what it is touching. So for example, here we have 1E19, then you will set the boundary condition. So this is, it has 1E19 of hole. And now then it has a problem. At this junction, you actually have the N region and P region. So you form a depletion region. And now you give S-device a difficult task on what to set at this point. Of course, it still try to set something, but it becomes not physical. So as a result, you would like to, or we would like to make this one shorter. We don't need to cover the whole region because it doesn't matter, right? Because what we're relying is this contact apply a potential to this P region. And this is conductive. So whether you have this contact here or not, it should not change too much, particularly because we don't have a huge current flowing here. So even we increase the effective resistance a little bit, it should not affect the result. Okay? So this is one thing we need to fix. Another thing is, and then how do we fix it? So if we look at the input file, right, I try to search for the gate. So in this example, you try to put the gate by finding the edge ID, right? The edge ID, it is X13 and Y. The edge ID at the position X13 and Y13, right? But if you look at X13 and Y13, you see that it is determined by this. So looks like you have not done the thing that we learned from the tutorial. What you can do is this. If we look at the tutorial, the training, right, it actually had an example on this. You go to Centaurus structure editor, right, and to the boundary, right. Here it does have an example. For example, if you create a structure, this SOI, right? When you create a structure, you actually only have a line from here to here. If you say I want to put a point here, then it's going to select this whole line as the contact. And that's why we try to inject 2 points here, right? So if you look at here on how you inject the 2 point, it's not right. So when you create it is just a straight line. And then what does it do, right? You see here, it tried to add a two command here to add 2 point. Well, yeah, adding vertex. So you can follow this. It is just a command, right? You don't even need to go back to the GUI interface. You just say insert this to which location. So what you want to do is that now where's the okay, it actually jumped to another window. So now what you want to do is you call this, what do you call it? You call this I mean you have something, right? So anyway, you have a variable that is to define right, but you also have a variable to define these 2 points, right? In order to draw, I believe you make this as a region, right? Yeah. So then yeah. So you just need to add two vertex, for example, find the midpoint of these two, and then extend by 5 nanometer each, and then you take the midpoint, then you have the contact here. Okay, yeah, very good, right? So that is the first thing that, and this might solve a lot of convergence problem. It might, I'm not sure, right? And we can discuss the meaning of omic contact more in the future. That's the first thing. Second thing is that if we look at the mesh, right, it's good, right? Now you have a good mesh. On the other hand, to make it more efficient, yes, it's good to add this mesh. I ask you to add a lot of mesh, but no need to be so coarse because we don't have a lot of physics going on here, right? So you can reduce the mesh in this region a little bit. On the other hand, you might want to increase the mesh at this region, not here, but here, even more. Because at this region, we have most of the physics going on. All the current are flowing here, right? But it's difficult to know exactly how to do it, but we need to learn the skill of making the mesh box, right? So what you are doing now, which is good, you define a window, right? At each region. So what you can do is the same, right? Just now you have exactly the same definition. You can relax it or change the definition here. Somehow this one may be not placed at the right place, right? Because you see that your window here is the same as this one, 0, 0, 0, x5, y5, 0, right? So you're basically having the same location. So this is some, you can further maybe add a box to this region. And then, I don't know, it actually, if you look at line and particle, does it actually, no, maybe it does not. This is just the interface. You only have that if you use as process region. Yeah. Anyway, please just play with that. It's not urgent now and for this problem because looks like it is working. But this is something in the future when we have a more complicated structure, we want to play with it. Okay.